to TH Media's First Citizen Awards reception. I'm here at the Harbor Room of the Diamond Joe Casino, and we're here celebrating this year's honorees, Ed and Shirley Babka. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque, and I've got Nancy Van Milligan here. Nancy's Executive Director of the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque. So, Nancy, can you tell me a little bit about the kind of philanthropy that the First Citizen Award honors and what that means in connection with your organization?
Certainly, Amy. Well, the mission of the Community Foundation is to inspire giving and strengthen communities. And when I think of the First Citizen Award honorees, that's what I see. People who are leading by example and taking steps to really inspire other people to give and to do things that really do make our community stronger.
Right, and I can imagine the Babkas have been a great example of that. Can you talk a little bit about what they've meant to the foundation?
Absolutely. Well, I see the Babkas as a catalyst in all of this, making ideas come true in the community. They were one of the first donors that started the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque, and they continue to give, and they continue to create endowment funds for the organizations that they currently give to and love.
That's great. Well, thanks for being here tonight, and thanks for sponsoring the live stream. Appreciate it, Nancy.
Thank you. It's our honor.
We're going to go to a video now to tell you a little bit about the background of TH First Citizen Award. For nearly a half-century, TH Media has recognized and celebrated commitment and contributions toward making the Dubuque community a better place in which to live, work, and play. It's called the TH Media First Citizen Award, and it has become the community's foremost honor. The award has evolved since its debut on New Year's Eve 1970, when the Telegraph-Herald announced that it had selected civic leader and businessman Roger Romberg as its, quote, Man of the Year. For starters, the name of the award soon changed from Man of the Year to First Citizen, and with good cause. 8 times in 9 years, from 1978 to 1986, the First Citizen Award, either individually or jointly, was awarded to women. Since then, women have been frequent recipients of the First Citizen Award. And over time, the emphasis of the award has shifted from achievements in a particular year to a broader view, transforming the First Citizen Award into more of a lifetime achievement recognition. Further, over time, the TH Media Selection Committee has placed greater value on contributions of time, talent, and treasure in philanthropy and volunteerism, more than achievements in someone's particular professional endeavors. After TH editors picked Roger Romberg in 1970, they announced that, going forward, honorees would be selected from nominations submitted by readers. It's a process that continues to this day. The selection committee reviews a list of readers' suggestions before making its pick. Every time around, it's a difficult decision. There are so many worthy candidates. Some First Citizen Award recipients have been selected after multiple letters in support of their nomination poured into 8th and Bluff, while others, unsung heroes, were honored with the First Citizen Award based on just 1 or 2 heartfelt and persuasive letters of recommendation. The First Citizen Award honor roll represents a cross-section of this community. There are those who have bolstered Dubuque through their financial support and civic leadership, and others whose contributions involved hour after hour of volunteer work, in many cases filling a critical need in the community. The honor roll includes people associated with business, education, religion, the arts, tourism, and social services. Some recipients were well known before their selection, but others only entered the spotlight when their selection as First Citizen Award recipient appeared in the Telegraph-Herald. In either case, the community response has been gratifying for the honorees.
Since I received this award back in 2012, 2013, the awareness of people recognizing what you're doing on your citizen journey and how you're contributing to the community, and seeing people I hadn't seen in many years has really been remarkable how people have come up and recognized that.
Whether the First Citizen Award honoree is a familiar name or an unsung hero, The award has communicated an important message to the Dubuque community.
What the award recognizes, I think, is achievement, leadership, and commitment to the community and its people. I think what the honorees remind us is what we do matters. It doesn't matter if you give of your time or your treasure or your talent, but it matters that you care about your community and do what can make a difference.
As the TH Media First Citizen Award approaches its 50th anniversary, we celebrate the accomplishments of all our honorees, and we appreciate the involvement of our readers in the community in the process. Congratulations to all our honorees.
Bullock, the president of the University of Dubuque, here with me. Dr. Bullock, your campus has been one of the places that's been a beneficiary of the Babka's generosity. And I note that there are buildings on campus particularly related to theater and the arts that bear their name. Can you talk a little bit about that and that connection?
Yes, their most recent gift was what we know on campus in Heritage Center as the Babka Black Box Theater. And the theater is used for smaller venue, more creative types of particularly drama and performance art and lectures and dance as well.
And there are other donations as well, and I'm sure the Babkas, was Ed Babka a trustee at the UD as well?
Yes, Ed is still a trustee, and Ed and Shirley have been just wonderful just supporters of the university and its mission for years, and so much of their support most people don't know about because it's like them, quiet and understated. But the bookstore bears their name, and numerous scholarships as they relate to our endowment bear their name, and a lot of unnamed resources as well. So they've been tremendous supporters, wonderful people, and great role models for all of us.
That's great. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate you being here tonight. Next up, I'm going to bring up Mark Wallard. Next, we have Mark Wallard. So, hi, Mark.
Hello, Amy.
So, Mark is, you can probably speak to the Babkas on a couple of different levels. You're executive director of the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra now, but you've also been in that role at the Museum of Art. So, you met the Babkas somewhere along the line there?
Yeah, both I think at the River Museum might have been where I first met them. I worked for the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium, then at the Art Museum, now at the Symphony. And in all of those places and at many other places around town, you see them not only giving generously of their time and their other talents and resources, but they get involved. They come to our concerts at the Symphony, which is, some of the best support we can ask for is to have people come and enjoy our concerts. They are just so kind and so approachable. They're just, kind of the heart and soul of Dubuque, those kind of people that just you can lean on and they give back.
That's great. I think you were one of the people maybe who nominated them for this award. Is that right?
I was very proud to. I was asked to do that by several people. We all thought that they were going to be great candidates for this, so I'm so excited to see them win, and I couldn't have been more proud to be part of the process in terms of getting their names put forward. And as I said, I've probably known the Babkas for 10 or 15 years, and they are just the kindest, nicest people you could imagine.
And I think you talked too about their understated things, that they're not seek the limelight in terms of their giving.
Exactly, and you always know with Ed and Shirley that they're going to support you, and they're not seeking the limelight, as you said. They're not always looking to put their name on a building or this or that. And as I said in part of my nomination for them, they're people that you can go to when you're kicking off a critical project, a big funding campaign, something like that. You can go to them, and they're there for you, and they're just so great in terms of, as I said, not only my experience, but just seeing them with the hospitals and other organizations around town.
Well, you've certainly seen them through a lot of different facets, so that's great. I appreciate you being here tonight. Thanks for talking with me.
Thank you for helping to support those Babkas.
You bet. I'm ready for Barb, so we have Barb Potts, and Barb is here tonight representing Unity Point Finley Hospital, so give me your title. It's a bit of a long title. I might goof it up.
I'm the executive director of the Finley Health Foundation.
Okay, and so I'm sure through the Health Foundation, Finley is another place that's been a beneficiary of the Babka's generosity, and we see the Babka name associated with Finley. So can you tell a little bit about what their role's been?
Well, Ed and Shirley's support to the Finley Hospital has simply been unmeasurable. Both of them have served on the hospital board of directors, multiple committees throughout the hospital. Shirley has served on the Sunshine Board of Directors. It's very important for them to understand the nonprofits that they're supporting in the community. So certainly their time has just been great for us.
And most recently we have we're just about ready to start the program, but I just want to wrap this up. Most recently the project of the Grandview expansion, and obviously that had a huge shot in the arm from the Babkas.
Right. Their renewed support to the Babka Surgical Center at Finley Hospital has just been enormous. That really gave us a catalyst to embark on our largest expansion in our 125-year history at Finley Hospital. It was just such a generous gift that they did give the hospital. The other key support they've given to us is in collaboration with another Dubuque family. The Keel family and the Babka family teamed up, and that was the catalyst behind the development of the Keel Diabetes and the Babka Wellness Center at Finley Hospital. So certainly just wonderful supporters of the hospital time and time again.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you for your time, Barb. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here tonight. So you could hear through those community leaders just some of the touches that the Babkas have had in our community. So we're getting ready to start our program, and we'll hear from Ed Babka shortly. So thank you for joining us tonight, and we're going to turn it over to Brian.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the 46th Annual TH Media First Citizen Award. On behalf of the employee owners of TH Media and our parent company, Woodward Communications, I'm pleased to welcome you this evening. My name is Brian Cooper. I'm executive editor of TH Media and a member of the Awards Selection Committee, and it's my honor to serve as your MC this evening. And thank you so much for being here. This is a tremendous turnout. We're really excited to see everyone here this evening. A few reminders as we get underway. If you didn't get a chance when you first arrived, please, on your way out, sign the guest book for Ed and Shirley. I know they would like to have a record of everybody who showed, and there may be some overdue advertising bills Ed needs to collect if he sees your name on there. And if you didn't get a chance to say hello to Ed and Shirley prior to the program, they will be sticking around afterward. Tonight's event is being live streamed on our website for those who weren't able to join us this evening, and if you want to go back and see the program this evening, again, it will be archived on thonline.com. So I'm told the staff is putting together a blooper reel for all the flubs I make this evening, so we'll see how that goes. We also, regarding the live streaming, we thank Nancy Van Milligan and our friends at the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque for sponsoring the live stream program. Thank you, Nancy. We've got several introductions we'd like to make this evening, and we'll start with representatives from Woodward Communications and TH Media. We'll ask you to hold your applause as we go through the introductions here. Steve Fisher is publisher of TH Media and also GM of our Woodward Printing Services and publisher of Woodward Community Media as well. Thank you, Steve. Tom Woodward is president and CEO of Woodward Communications. Tom. Bob Woodward is vice president of strategic planning and business development. There he is. Bob, thank you. No comments. And Karen Rudin is our director of Woodward Biz Media and a member of our editorial board. So thank you to our corporate folks for being here. Thanks for that reminder. It's always good to applaud for the corporate folks when you're in my position. Some of my colleagues at TH Media I'd also like to introduce. I'd ask them to stand. Cindy Olson is our advertising director. Mike Newland, circulation and operations director. And Matt Conley is our interactive media and database director. Also with us this evening is Amy Gilligan, our managing editor and member of the selection committee, and she was also the MC for the live streaming this evening, so we're glad to have Amy with us. And then Jody Dodd, who might be out in the lobby. Oh, no, there she is in the very back. Jody is our coordinator for all the arrangements for tonight's event, and we thank her especially for making everything possible this evening. This is year number 7 of TH Media hosting this reception at Diamond Joe Casino, and we thank the general manager, Wendy Rundy, Lori Ball, who is our go-to person, and the rest of the Diamond Joe team for their professionalism, cooperation, and teamwork, and last but not least, the delicious food and beverages. So please join me in thanking the Diamond Joe. This is a special moment for us in the program each year at the First Citizen Award. This is a time when we introduce the previous winners of First Citizen. This award is bestowed upon an individual or a couple who have helped our community significantly through the contribution of time, talent, and/or treasure. And over the years, our honorees have represented virtually every segment of our community. Our award is one way to affirm these outstanding men and women, certainly, but it also serves to celebrate and set the bar for others to serve and lead in our community. Dubuque is blessed with an incredible number of dedicated volunteers, leaders, and philanthropists. And there are so many deserving candidates, our selection committee has a most challenging task each year to select the First Citizen Award honoree. Again, we are pleased to welcome several previous winners of this award to tonight's event, and it's become a reunion of sorts, and we're certainly glad to have people come back each and every year to attend this reception. At this time, before I introduce them individually, I would ask that all our previous First Citizen Award recipients who are able to please stand at this time and be acknowledged. Now, okay, well that didn't work too well. I wanted you to still stand when I introduce. So, and we can't quite do a redo, but could I ask the First Citizen recipients to please stand, and then I would like to read off your names individually, all right? If you could bear with me on that. And I'd like to read the honorees in the order of the year of their induction, their selection. Sister Catherine Dunn, 1986, sister. Jan Hess, 1996. Larry Friedman, 1999. Hunter Firsty, 2001. Hunter. I will mention right at this point, Jim was here previously, but Jim had the commitment with Special Olympics, so, but Jim was a recipient in 2002. He was here earlier this evening. Monsignor Francis Friedel, 2008. Monsignor. Sister Helen Huey, 2009. Jean Quan, 2010. Then to this side of the room, John and Alice Butler, 2011. And let's see, I saw Michael Deere. There he is, Michael Deere, 2012. Michael. Mark Faub, 2013. Mark. And the winner of the Last Man Standing Award, no, our recipient last year, John O'Connor. John. In the years our previous First Citizen Award program, we said farewell to a highly respected and loved member of our First Citizen alumni group, Ruby Sutton. We're pleased to have Lynn Sutton, Ruby's daughter, here representing the family this evening. Lynn, if you would please stand. Ruby was our honoree back in 1984 and was one of the most courageous women to ever call Dubuque home. Please stand and observe a moment of silence to honor the memory of Ruby Sutton. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce Steve Fisher. Steve wears many hats at Woodward Communications. He is publisher of TH Media. He's publisher of Woodward Community Media and also general manager of Woodward Print Services. Now tonight, Steve is wearing his hat as TH publisher, TH Media publisher, and he's been very supportive of the TH First Citizen Award program since he came into the position of publisher in 2014, and we're now pleased to call forward Steve to introduce and present the First Citizen Award. Steve?
Thank you. Our story on New Year's Day announcing Ed and Shirley Babka's selection of the First Citizen Award carried the headline, "Dedicated to Dubuque." And that's certainly the case, though it's noteworthy that neither is a native of Dubuque. Shirley was born in Des Moines and moved here with her family when she was just a young teen and graduated from Dubuque Senior High. Ed graduated from high school in Columbus, Nebraska, then studied at several colleges before graduating from the University of Colorado in 1950. He was an electrical engineer by training and by trade, but he also had an entrepreneurial side. After all, his second major in college was business. In 1957, while working in Decatur, Illinois, he started a specialty newspaper in his basement. It was called The Antique Trader. The newspaper eventually became the foremost publication in the antiques industry, and he gave up electrical engineering to run it full-time. When Ed needed a larger printer to handle his growing publication, he hired us, the Telegraph-Herald, and moved himself and the Antique Trader to Dubuque in 1969. It was in Dubuque that Ed met Shirley, and they married in 1983. He sold Babka Publishing Company in 1991, but he and Shirley remained in Dubuque and continued their local philanthropy and civic involvement. There's a long list of institutions and organizations that have been beneficiaries of their generosity. Just to name a few, the University of Dubuque, where 3 buildings bear their names: Unity Point Health, Finley Hospital, home of Babka Wellness Center; Clark University, Carnegie Stout Public Library Foundation, Boys and Girls Club of Greater Dubuque, Dubuque Symphony Orchestra, and Dubuque Museum of Art. The couple certainly has made a lasting difference. They are indeed dedicated to Dubuque. And now it is my honor to present the 46th Annual TH Media First Citizen Award to Shirley and Ed Babka.
Noticed that I limped a little bit on the way here. A week ago today, I was having lunch with a cohorts at a restaurant, and I poured a pot full of boiling hot tea on my left foot. So anyway, it's better now. I went to the emergency room once, and Shirley and I would like to thank the Telegraph-Herald for this award. As you know, to get this award, you have to do some good stuff for Dubuque, and I guess we have. At least the TH thinks we have. And not only has that been a two-way street, Dubuque has done a lot for Shirley and I. When I first came to Dubuque, I wouldn't have met Shirley without meeting her and becoming her wife, or her husband. Excuse me. That almost didn't happen. We were both single 33 years ago. And I called her for a date, and she said she was busy. And it sounded like a pretty good excuse, so I called her again in about 10 days, and I got another excuse. And it was also pretty legitimate, but I began to think maybe she's trying to send me a message or something to back off. So I decided I'd try her one more time, and if I got another excuse, that would be it. Fortunately, the third time was a charm. She said yes, and I married her, and that was the start of the first 33 years of my best years of my life. The reason I came to Dubuque was the Telegraph-Herald. I started this little publication in Decatur, Illinois, back in 1957. And I hit the antiques hobby at the right time, and it kept growing, and I kept outgrowing printers. My first printer was a little weekly newspaper in Mount Pulaski, Illinois, a little town about 30 minutes northwest of Decatur. And I outgrew them in about a year, and I moved to Kewanee, Illinois, where the local newspaper, the Star Courier, printed for me for about 10 years. And I was outgrowing that printer. And about this time, the TH was remodeling their building here, and they bought a brand new Goss Metro offset press, which was the first one in the country ever built. And Norm McMullen at the TH at that time got wind of the fact that I was looking for a larger printer, and he called me, and we got together, and I moved to Dubuque. And Dubuque printed for me, and the TH printed for me for about the next 24 years until I sold it in 1992. And they printed for the person that bought the paper for another 5 or 6 years. But they've been a great printer and a big asset to the success of the Antique Trader. The other thing that Dubuque has done for us is that over the years I've had many good employees who worked hard for the Antique Trader. Several of them are here tonight. In fact, a couple of my key employees. Roger Goodman, where are you? There he is. Roger came up from Kewanee with me, and he was my general manager for several years. And Dave Howe, where are you? There he is over there. Dave was my in-house accountant for most of the years that I was in Dubuque, and these two gentlemen have been very instrumental in the success of the Antique Trader, which has been the reason that we've been good to Dubuque. So we've been good to Dubuque, and Dubuque has been very good to us, and I guess that sort of rounds it up. I'd like to thank the TH again for this honor, and thank all you folks for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Ed, for those remarks, and once again, congratulations to Ed and Shirley on the recognition. We're very pleased to have both of you join our alumni group of First Citizen recipients. So we're certainly happy for you, and we appreciate all you've done for our community. As we wrap up this evening, as far as the program goes, you're certainly welcome to go back to the hors d'oeuvres table and enjoy visiting. Ed and Shirley will be here for a while. It means a great deal to us to see such fantastic turnout, and we hope to see each and every one of you back here next year when we introduce the next First Citizen Award winner. Thank you and have a great evening.